Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. Things are going, I think, pretty well. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. If I don't screw things up too badly, they are going pretty well. Alright, so we've actually managed to completely remove the defenders on Oyad, but we still have some issues. Let's queue these up. We're about to have enough. Essence to make another arc. We can bump some more arcs up to level 3. Probably that would be a good thing to do here. Is Duce already level 3? It is not. Actually, Duce might be the place where we want to do that first. We don't have enough resources to queue up 2 of them. Okay. Nice. Good resources. Good resources on our stolen systems. Oh, also, I did remember to go in and turn all of the pop-ups to not auto-pop. So we will not be repeatedly interrupted by the United Empire telling us that they won't tolerate, you know, whatever. Whatever it is that they won't tolerate. Seems to be basically everything. Okay, we are devouring these guys even more quickly. They seem to be being born very quickly, so we might have to put a couple more siphons out there. What have we discovered? We discovered the Quadronix, of course. What was the other one? 150 dust. I guess that's fine. Alright, militarist political ideology is up. That's, you know, that's fine with us. That's whatever. We have unlocked a new battle tactics card slot. Not really sure what I want to put in there. You know, science from scrap's not bad. Let us get a little something extra out of all this fighting. Alright, let's manage our battle here. Obviously, preemptive bombing, I think, in this case. It's not going to affect our manpower deployment at all. It's just free damage. Okay, we've run the last of the defenders off. Let's anchor here at Ugaro. We do need to actually get the ability to harvest from Auriga. The Husk of Knowledge is not a joke. We should definitely get that. Here on Ibella, we can create an arc. And now that that's queued up, we should probably... Wait, who are you fighting? It's not going too well? It's not the Vaulters, is it? Is she the reason we're winning our war? Because she's pulling all of the Vaulter ships to the other side of the third nation? Oh no, she's fighting the trees. Man, I don't want to get in the middle of it. That's none of my business. The first time I've ever said that. Alright, well, I don't know what we're going to do with this medium ship. I also don't know if we actually need to make any more ships. Oh, I do need to search this. Okay. You are too busy to attend the rituals, but the intensity of their devotion and the sacrifices they make are quite impressive. You are much happier to have the support of this grim people than their ire. Also, we discovered a quest in that quest node. We discovered a different quest. So just send any fleet to Turkana? You know what? Big ship. Head to Turkana. Just in case I have to fight. I think there's a battle at the end of that. Alright, let's... Probably pull the gouges, merge them with the medium combat ship. Trying to figure out what is the correct way to approach this such that we don't get any enemies sneaking past us. I think what we're going to do is move these ships up to 3C75, defend here, Then we can take this fleet over to Oyad. Yeah, nothing's getting past us through this set of star lanes anyway. We can group up over here at 3C75. So we're working on that. And it's going to give us some free Hyperion, which is nice. It's a thing we could use. Hold on. So where are we at as far as ships now? I mean, I guess I could just merge all these together. If we get attacked, it's going to merge them for defensive purposes anyway. But I want to keep them separate just for logistical reasons, so it's easy for me to remember who goes where. So we have 7 Leechers, including the 2 that are still incoming. We probably don't need to make more, so we could refocus on combat ships. On the level 3 system, I'm going to go ahead and queue up this thing. It'll get done quickly, and that's a bunch of extra dust per turn. We do not have the strategic resources to go after those high-level projects. Has anybody put any titanium on the marketplace? They have not. We have some income now, right? Yeah. Oh, I do need to grab the Hyperion mining tech. We finally have some Hyperium to mine. So let's grab that. The overflow from last turn more than covers that. See, we don't have crazy incomes. We don't have crazy incomes of strategics, but we could... Yeah, we could build some adamantium weapons. Adamantium shield interference beams. Yeah, unfortunately, all of the good energy weapons up here are made of antimatter. Blast effect batteries are a pretty good weapon, right? You pick up some new tactics. Yeah, I think we're just going to try to cap out this part of the tree. So we'll also grab... Ooh. That's a pretty good intensifier. It would be nice if it wasn't made of antimatter. But I think we do want to end up all in on the energy weapons, right? Yeah, so grab those and we'll decide on another tech afterward. Alright, and now that we've got that queued up with all the engines and everything, let's redesign these a little bit. So we've got a pretty large number of modules available to us here. Boy, what do I want these things to do now? I mean, we still have places to put arcs, right? We still have valuable systems. We also could start making combat arcs. Not something you want to do a lot of, but like the next time we build an arc, we could redesign it for combat and then just use it to go and take over the planet where it's going to live. But for right now, we're just redesigning them so that we can... Yeah, I guess I'm just going to go full... Oh, we probably shouldn't use that slot. But aside from that slot, just full all must provide. We'll make sure we get as many arcs out as we can. We are really, really already killing it on our income here. Alright, 2412. So every 2 turns we will be able to drop an arc out. We're also going to be able to top our population off like really quickly. I'm not really sure what I want to do here. I don't know that we need to make another big ship. I guess let's assign some minor, just some little ships. In a second here, we're going to have access to some more buildings. Well, one more building to build. And is our government okay? Our government is fine. Yeah, our government's fine. We could use a little bit more influence output. Something that we could maybe solve with our next system development. Alright, so you don't really want to spend any essence this turn. We'll just barely have enough for another arc next turn. Well, I did say I wanted more influence. Be a little bit easier to maintain some decent laws if we had just a little bit more coming in. Alright, let's see here. You have a lot of stuff to do. I mean, I guess we could just commit to a bunch of holy proliferation here. Wait a turn on the arc, because we have a lot of places where we could do a little bit of growing. You're still level 2. Our population will probably become enraged if we put one more point in here, because all of the planets make us unhappy. This is not very good for us. I mean, it's still +1 production per citizen exploiting, quote unquote citizen. Oh, actually, we are still desperately in need of manpower. Alright, I do actually want to do this here. Completing our system upgrade there, getting more... Yeah, alright. Okay, we are reducing the population of Ghana. We do have a pretty big advantage on them. Yeah, let's just knock it out. So again, we're way under our manpower deployment limit. This would reduce our manpower deployment to 675, right? Minus 25%. So we're still under it. Yeah, preemptive bombing. Let's go nuts. Let's really mess them up. Right, they're losing infrastructure, they're losing population. It's all fine with me. If it turns out that we don't force them off, that's also fine with me. But we're going to consume them all off the system pretty quickly, especially if they keep pressing their population into the armed forces to stop us, in a desperate attempt to stop us. All right, I'm going to take Oyad back over for a little while. Obviously, my eventual target is Canis here. Although, we can actually inhabit all of Oyad. Maybe it's fine to just stay here. We have some pretty okay anomalies. Yeah, maybe it's just fine to stay here. We can build another arc for Canis. Canis, I don't know. You guys should definitely keep siphoning. And you... Man, I don't even know what to do with you now. Guess we'll head out into the dark parts of the universe and send a lot of probes out. Actually, why don't you see where this goes? It is nice to have this much essence income. So I wonder exactly how prominent the difference is, how large the difference is. If you really just focus on... That's not what I want. This is what I want. Okay. If you just focus on getting to the All Must Provide module as quickly as possible. Alright, using our crystal sample as a guide, we've led our fleet to the place. And then what happens? Are we ambushed? We are not ambushed. Instead, we must send an expedition to a thing... Okay. So we actually have a quest curiosity to explore, which means I need this guy back. Also, I'm displeased about seeing United Empire worlds here. Well, we'll deal with it. I imagine he is also annoyed, which is what all of these diplomatic contacts are about. They should be careful about running out their population like that, given the way things are going on the surface. You know, soup-wise. Yep, keep siphoning. They're about to be out of population. The United Empire and the Horatio have become the best of friends. Boy, I don't even know where Yellow Horatio is. That could be more meaningful. The Vultures and the Unfallen buddied up.
Actions and words do not.
Alright, so we are at war now with the Unfallen. Let's see, 27. So we could afford to go down to 2100. Libra is probably not the place that we want to do some population growth, though. Oh my god. We finally have titanium coming in. It's beautiful. So Libra, you get us some manpower. Give me another proliferation, and you get another proliferation. Okay, and we're still going to cap out and be able to run an arc next turn. Pretty good. Alright, and when we reach 3C75, we group up again. We hit the Vulture homeworld for all we're worth. So I'm just going to hold this for the moment while I wait for my ship to get back over here to search the Curiosity. And how are we doing on population? No, we did hit 20. Plus 5% all resources is like pretty alright. We may not be able to keep this booster running forever. I think we are now outpacing. Our consumption is outpacing our rate of gain on that, and unfortunately I don't see another source of transvine out here. Well, there's some down there. Yeah, okay, we can handle that. Try to make it clear to the United Empire guy that he does not have a role here. I guess this is technically an enemy ship, isn't it? Eh, whatever, I'm not worried about it. It's actually quite damaged. When our scout gets back home, I'll just attack his scout with it, which will be rid of him. So we do need some kind of boost to our approval that will allow us to expand our population on Libra. Okay, you need to get out of here. That is so many messages that I just don't want to deal with. Okay, somebody else entered the void before we could. Just gonna keep hammering them. He cannot do conscription anymore because he only has 1 point of population. So he's just going to hang out here and we're going to slowly drink his 1 point of population. Oh, there's a battle. Okay, we'll deal with that in a second. No, I want you to go this way, then to here. Okay, apparently you can't shift queue orders like that. So, even more population. Let's see. What would I do with an arc right now? Honestly, Turkana is not a bad place to put it. We could put it on Kalum. We'll look at Kalum. Well, you know, gas planets are better for these guys than they are for most people. We got some meteor strikes happening there. That's not totally ideal. Yeah, that could be it. And we're talking about a pretty short travel distance here, so I don't mind. I don't mind not having the. What do you call it? the super heavy engine build. We can get to Calum pretty quickly. And then eventually relocated to wherever, you know.
The Empire will not.
Okay, they're gonna conquer me or whatever.
Nervous. What are you up to?
Honestly,
How dare you threaten?
I might take an alliance with the Sophons now.
Plans for this galaxy do not.
Ooh. They would like a truce, but only if I pay them for it. Nah, that's okay.
We have a proposal, Sneaky Chops. Maybe we can learn how you think, if nothing else.
Do I think that an alliance is in my best interest? They're already at war with both of my enemies. It might be nice to have a friend for a little while. Somebody we'd probably end up consuming. I mean, you know how it is. But for a little while. And I'm going to make another warship because their enemy scouts are way too comfortable running around over here. Also, obviously, the settler ship needs to get the heck out of here. Run along. Go on back to the system you came from. You know, where I have many, many other ships. Let's see here. Out here, we still have a lot of things we can build. So you see, the gas planets get the same effective population as everywhere else for us, which is nice. Makes gas worlds way, way better for us than they are for anybody else. This will actually be pretty alright here. And then this will be very good. Less than 10 adamantine on the market with no demand change has led to increased prices. Well, have increased. 120 each, really? You know, I don't know how quickly we're going to go through the stuff once we start building weapons out of it, but we should probably sell a little bit while demand is high. Let's sell like 60. It's a nice, easy take. Alright, let's handle this now. So they have brought in a couple of small minor faction ships, one of which is really unimpressive. Look at that, 69 attack. And then a medium. They all want to be attacking at medium range, and then they have a couple of their own ships. Well, we're still all short range, so hold on. Let's plan this out a little bit. I think I'm going to go science from scrap. It's a shame that these are in this order. I wish the long-range ship was in the bottom slot. I wonder if it might be better to go turtle instead. I'm just thinking that we should probably put the leechers into this flotilla mostly, so that they don't get blown up. Because the enemy doesn't even have access to the bottom flotilla. So what these guys are doing is mostly providing a morale bonus. I wish they were at long range, though. Alright, the shield is perfectly effective at long range. Both of them are. However, part of the shield's role is to take hits. Yeah, let's do this way. So we've got all the leechers and a couple of our gouges over here. Maybe even just one. Because this fleet's role isn't even really to do damage. In fact, you know what? This fleet's not actually going to be at short range though, right? Yeah, I'm going to do this. I don't know if this is right, but this fleet will probably sustain little to no damage, and its role is not to do damage. But it will be, because there's no flotilla adjacent to it, or across from it, it will never be at short range, I believe, so it will actually be pretty ineffective for any of the gouges to be in it. We could put a medium ship in it, but I think I want the medium ships here, providing Again, another morale bonus and just being difficult to deal with. And then here, absorbing shots. So let's actually watch this. I don't think I would have attacked here, where I am. I would have waited for more ships to show up. But maybe he's lost too many ships to the Sophons or something, or maybe his navy is tied up on the other side of his empire, you know. Maybe he doesn't think things are going to get any better than this. Hard to imagine. Zoom in a little bit. Pull up the detail overlay. So the Leechers are still providing a morale bonus, even though they are not directly participating in combat. Looks like this guy's bearing the brunt of the attack. I would say that this is pretty smart on his part, but there's a little bit of randomness here, right? He didn't know that I was going to pick a formation that was long, short, short. And in fact, he couldn't really have known that because I have never played with this battle tactic before. We just put this into our slots. So even though a lot of our gouges are not at maximum effectiveness here, we have the numbers and the raw effectiveness to come out extremely on top. Unfortunately, we're not focusing our fire super well. Like, they're all kind of injured. But it's just too much damage for it to matter. Okay, so we took about 3/4 damage on one medium, about 1/4 on the other. That's a pretty massive success. We also got 70 science out of it. Hey, how about that? Kind of a drop in the bucket. So do we want this alliance? I think I'm going to say no. I think we're cool continuing to fight on our own. So we're probably not going to win this. The new medium ship we're building would have enough manpower on it by the time it's actually built. You know, we can do a couple more essence to manpower sacrifices. Yeah, I'm gonna decline this. I don't think it's a bad offer. I just don't want to tie my victory condition to his. I'm not really sure what my victory condition is, honestly. Abduction complete. We have abducted all of the people on Gano. For some reason, there are pirate ships here. Well, let's run these guys off. Yeah, we don't have to watch that. May as well get a tiny little bit of science from it. Well, we're hammering them. This protect system play. A little bit of desperation on their part. Alright, we're not going to watch this battle, but I am going to manually set it up real quick just to make sure nothing crazy happens. They're all going to be middle. Okay, good. The relatively healthy shield is in the middle slot. I think he's hoping to just wear us down through attrition. Sure, we got 900 dust, but that dialogue box doesn't say anything about all the soup we earned. Alright, holy proliferation here is fairly expensive. Fortunately, we're actually producing enough food that we don't have to worry about it. I'm going to put a lot of essence into manpower, try to actually get my manpower supply stabilized as we make these last few ships. Let's just merge everything up and go, I guess. We have 71 tanks on board. Remember, this is the fleet that has all of the surface-to-ground modules, though, so we don't actually have to win a serious battle. We just have to burn them all out. Okay, so we've abducted all the population on Gano. Its resource stock is empty. And yet they fight. It's inconvenient. So wait, where is that hero again? We put her on Duce. We could, like, bounce her over to Abella now. I guess she's fine where she is. The high population here is causing her to output a lot of food and industry. Yeah, this is fine. Man, maybe I overestimated the movement speed of these ships, these arcs with no engines in them. No extra engines, you know what I mean. Okay, so we have some new battle tactics. We have a blast effect battery now. I was pretty impressed with these when we used them very briefly at the end of, was it the last game? Man, I don't even remember. Alright, I don't know what that is, but let's get rid of it. Oh, it's that settler.
We have a proposal, Sneaky Chops. Maybe we can learn how you think, if nothing else.
Sneaky Chops? Is that that's your pet name for me? Well, this is not much better of an offer. Listen, there's a universe where I totally go for that. You just gotta reach it. The Vaulters and the Unfallen and the Sophans have joined...
Whatever you're planning, you don't want to hurt us harmless Sophans.
So here's the thing. We can't attack the Vaulters if we're at a truce state. We have to be at Cold War for our religious thing to work. So... Ooh, a battleship. Unfortunately, he's still bound by a much lower command point limit than we are. Okay. So we're not quite going to cap on Essence next turn anyway. We can afford to do a little bit more burning for manpower. And a little bit more growth. We're not super okay here, actually. You know, why don't you just make me some more manpower? And then also build this. Alright, we really need to make sure that we can refill our ships. Alright, that event ending is nice. This event ending is less nice. Okay, yeah, absolutely. More strategics. Really use more titanium. Okay, yeah, and obviously we're going to lose here, but we're going to continue to do damage while we do so. With a lot of factions, it's not totally ideal to continually destroy improvements on a system that you want to take over. But with these guys, it doesn't matter, because we can't use their improvements anyway. All that stuff's on the planet's surface, where we would not be caught dead, so... Man, I need this to get resolved, because this ship is, needed elsewhere. Well, I think we... Oh, I don't have an action point. Right, I attacked already this turn. Which means he gets to just float here in defiance for a whole turn. Cygnus suffered a small amount of starvation, it would seem. Yeah, it is negative food. Alright, well, I don't want to spend much more essence than I'm spending now. Or no, I actually have about 1,000 extra essence to play with, don't I? Oh, I need to be... Okay, so we have a little bit less than 1,000 to play with. Alright, let's hit this battleship. Huh, it's really giving them a lot of credit here. 1566 offense. Oh, yeah, that battleship has some guns for sure. Okay, we're also being attacked at Duce. Oh, let's keep the movement going. So we actually have quite a bit of essence to play with here. Alright, go final tank. Show him who's boss. Hey, you got a couple of them. Alright, we'll deal with this in a second. So the battle at Duce. Yeah, alright. We'll disconnect the arc and retreat for a moment. We'll be back. It's kind of a sneaky trick, waiting until I had fought the fleet here to run a fleet in, and then use AI command speed to command a retreat before I could possibly hit the attack button. So yeah, this does look like it's gonna hurt. Well, let's try evasive maneuvers. Let's try to get right up on them. And they're going to be confined to the middle. Oof, both of our shields are pretty messed up. But I mean, like, we got to go all gouges in here, because, right, these two are effectively going to be at long range. Also, they are the most effective at actually dealing damage from outside the target flotilla. Oh, I didn't have watch turned on? No, they retreated. Of course they did, the cowards. Let's send you guys to a different friendly system. Okay, as soon as the next turn begins, we need to mash the fly button as hard as we can, because we definitely don't want these guys to get to this system and engage in combat without my ships getting there too. And over here, I don't know how many more systems the Vaulters have.
Shadows. We will survive this.
It looks like maybe none. Maybe this actually is the last one. And they're not willing to go for a truce. Okay, I'm fine with it. I don't mind. Works out okay for me. So we definitely don't need more population slots here. Oh man, we can make attack ships now. Medium attack class ships. Boy, this design is probably all kinds of out of date. Hold on, let's pull all of these modules. .68 DPS on these. Hold on, let's sort this to just weapons. 42 DPS, 25 DPS, but these things do reduce the power of energy, enemy energy weapons. I guess if we're going to do that, If you're going to use weapons that make enemy energy weapons weaker, you don't also want to have your ship be mostly energy defense modules, defense-wise, because then they'll just do bullet weapons and get around both of those. So 61 DPS decay torpedoes. Man, bullet weapons just seem very, very good, right? It doesn't show my rate of income here. That's a shame. The DPS, I don't think, factors in the critical hits. But, I mean, there's something to be said for the versatility of these pinch beams. Did it make each of these ships cost 20 Hyperium? Nah, you know, we're just going to go bullet weapons. Because I'm still not totally comfortable with our stockpiles of strategics. Alright, make that happen. Let's see. So we can go down to about 3,600. Oh, we should do this. Man, we actually have, like, a real manpower supply. Okay, here we can afford to pay for a population. That's no problem. Alright, time to mash the hell out of this button. We gotta get there before they do. Or at least around the time that they do. Go, go, go. Okay, we are in the system. They can no longer get here and just harass our arc for free. In fact, I'm going to send this arc back up here. Alright, we shall have at them.
The hive cares a little.
Alright, so we'll deal with this in a second. Population is being gained all over the place. We do need to make an arc. Do I want to redesign the arcs to have real engines? We could take over Turkana just to get a hold of the strategic deposit. So we're actually wearing these guys down pretty quickly with all the A2S guns here. Alright, we'll just make the arc like this. It's fine. It has a little bit of time to get to where it's going. This will be the arc that takes over Canis, though. Alright, we've almost got this quest done. Am I at war with you? I can't remember who's in what alliance now. No, we're cool.
Are you back as friend or foe? Speak fast.
Are we cool enough to... Yeah, see, we got a bunch of mutual enemies. I think she's afraid. Let's see if we can maybe borrow some materials. I'm a little short on titanium. I'm sure you can understand. So a little assistance would be... Yeah, let's throw it out there. Let's see if she takes it. She's deliberating. She denied.
Are you just lonely?
How about a smaller amount of titanium? Okay, that has a little bit of blue in the bar at least. I do not want to have to watch my back up here while I'm still having all this stuff going on down here. It would be nice to have a relationship that we can rely on a little bit.
A deal, a bargain.
Okay, you should probably just chill here for now. Alright, let's resolve this. So we got a little bit of repair work done, it looks like. Yeah, we gained about 1,500 HP on this ship. These guys are all still rocking the energy weapons. A lot of them have energy defenses, too, which is weird, because we've never displayed any energy weapons to them, I don't think. Huh. Anyway, this is probably fine. Just get, like, really get up on them. I suppose turtle would also be okay. Some of them are using projectile weapons, right? Although they look like, you know, hull plating is still effective against missiles, actually. Is it just the one ship that's using the bullet weapons? Okay, it is. That's not such a big deal. Or the missile weapons, especially since we have so many bullets that we're just going to kind of passively deal with all of the missile fire anyway. So maybe what I want to do is take that. Yeah, they don't like being at long either, so. Okay, the healthy shield should be up here. Alright, I think this should be good. They might just retreat. Yeah, they're just running. Okay, well, they'll be stopped here by our other brand. And we will, or by our other shield, rather. And we will crush them, but good. And then we're at a friendly system where we can repair and we can refill our manpower from the actually positive stock of manpower. This is going to be bad for them. Now, like I said, I still don't actually know what our victory condition is. We're kind of just having fun right now. There's a pretty good chance that it should be science, right? Once again, we want to make sure that we mash the heck out of this button here. Okay, reclaim the system. You guys can merge up. No, do not attack red. We have more pressing issues. Let's make sure that we're doing this the right way again. Yeah, they're letting me spend too much time repairing. This is really bad for them. Well, they'll fight us this time because retreat is instant suicide because they have so little health. So they're trying to start at medium range, but unfortunately for them, they'll actually start at long, which means for the first phase of the battle, they're not dealing optimal damage, while our ships in that flotilla will be. They do have some cool-looking ships, I'll say that. Yeah, this guy's gonna get shredded immediately. And it was a decent plan. If they've been paying attention to our battles so far, they know that I like to play this close range, medium flotilla stuff. So they devoted very little to the medium flotilla, where they knew they would lose immediately, to force our medium ships, to force our middle ships to function outside of their effective range. They're just, the numbers are not on their side. It was a good pick, though. Also, I haven't really given appreciation to the extreme coolness of our medium-sized ships. Alright, so we declared massive victory. They've run even more ships over here, which is mostly annoying. Yeah, you know what? I'll do one proliferation and I'll let us grow naturally for the other point. And we'll do that. Alright, unfortunately, if somebody else builds a wonder, that means it's just lost to us. With a different faction, you can take over the system that the wonder's on, right? But, after they've had their weird, oily, whatever all over it, I just can't bear to touch it, you know? Totally organic beings are always, like, sweating and emitting fluids, and I never know where it's coming from. You know what it might be? It might be the soup just seeping out of every pore. It's disgusting. Yeah, you know what? This is a thing that's worth having. Actually, so is this, because we're actually consuming manpower pretty quickly to fill the fleet. Which is good, because it'll mean we can go and burn Gano down. And now we have this happening, finally. So, in fact, there was a pirate surprise, but it's okay. We left exactly what we needed to here to deal with that. The expedition to the planet's surface has awoken something. Something angry. Prepare for battle. Destroy those pirates, which apparently this is the pirates? I don't know what's going on. The important thing is, shoot it with all the guns. Should not be a problem for us. We don't need to watch this. Why don't you get a little bit of science out of it at least? Okay. We actually really needed that. We got a burst of Hyperium for showing up, and then Titanium for finishing the job. And at this point in the game, normally, that would not be very valuable. But honestly, right now, I really appreciate it. Okay, back to what you were doing. Exploring the dark parts of the universe. So these leechers are probably just going to chill here for another turn. Oh, here we get to blow up the Argosy again. I don't think it has anywhere that it can retreat to. They keep fixing it, I'll keep blowing it up. Alright, now we're up to the good stuff. We can start taking like plus 20% damage on fleet per point. Plus 6 movement on fleet. Yeah, pretty alright. So you guys are good, and the other fleet that's not doing anything is... Ah yes, the new Ark. Okay, by the time it gets there, we'll be ready to knock this place out. Actually, probably quite a bit before that. I'm gonna try to hit attack here before this fleet can get away from us. Give me the attack. All right, we got him. Because I'm sure they would have just run to Cygnus and then launched an attack, and it would have been really annoying and tedious to deal with. And we gotta get some food on this system. You've never heard of him, but a mystical figure, Kalant Alcor, has recently passed away and begun his ascent up the divine ladder to another plane of existence. A religious bloc in your Senate demand that Alcor's passing be given a full state funeral, with 100,000 votive candles lit in every city, special monuments constructed that feature his idiosyncratic writings, and 3 days of empire-wide mourning. What? It'll be expensive, no kidding. But Alcor was a popular figure, and your population will be grateful. On the other hand, political models suggest that a rejection of the demand will boost scientific literacy even if it is unpopular. After all, much of Alcor's writings concern the truth that worlds are flat, not round. You know what? We can afford to take an influence penalty for a little while. We've got a pretty good build-up going here. And I don't think we're in any danger of the religious party not being in charge anymore. I do love some science. So we're close to being able to blow up planets. That's basically where this is headed. I want to blow up a planet. I've never done it before. I think we should do it. So we could get a hold of some adamantium plating. Yeah, these are okay tactic sets. Anti-shrapnel hull. Hull plating protects manpower. Use if you have plating defenses and want to protect manpower. Yeah, those tactics are not exactly blowing my mind. But it does have the right color of defensive module associated with it, so... They've got a battleship at Gano. Those do seem to be pretty good. A lot more offensively minded than my large defensive ships. Surprise, surprise. What have we here? A longship led by a hero. Well. You'll be surprised to know that I'm not cool with that. I should probably micromanage that a little bit. Also, 15 science. Red. Nope, no truce. Sorry, I mean I'm down as soon as the vaulters are gone, but, you know. Not a moment sooner. I do believe I said no to that truce. Okay, so once we get to the top tier here, what does this actually do for us? Plus 3 more command points, plus 20% troop health and damage. Boy, this is by a large margin the least impressive of the endless techs, isn't it? What other cool stuff do we have here? Plus 300 manpower deployment limit is pretty cool. Make it a lot easier to take worlds over. Better class of bombers. The extreme railgun. Yeah, I gotta say, the top tier stuff here, not that impressive. That's pretty cool, though. A fleet shield. You get a couple of, like, shield vessels in each fleet. Yeah, this is really all I want. I just want to blow up a planet. Maybe 4 planets, you know. Be the first to destroy 4 planets. Do you know how many times I've played, how many campaigns of this game I've played? I don't think I've ever seen a single planet destroyed. And that deed is a reward for being the first to blow up 4 of them. Alright, I'm pretty sure that we are going to have a trivially easy time destroying these guys. Yeah, we don't need to watch this. Wow. Okay, we don't destroy them, we run them off. It's very similar. So I think I'm going to leave 1 shield vessel here to play defense. Alright, let's get back to it. We have some United Empire guys to remove from our systems. Alright, down to 41% manpower here, so we have a pretty overwhelming lead on the invasion. But let's soften them up even further. I see no reason to go before it's completely trivialized. Okay, we're just a little short on mushrooms. Which is crazy, because like all of the new worlds we're inhabiting also have mushrooms on them. 16k for this, huh? Yeah, the price of these is still, like, really high. Let's just rush that. That should be fairly helpful. Okay, we'll do one more turn, and then I'm going to have to call it here for the day, unfortunately. But I think things are going pretty well. Alright, let's drive off this battleship. You know, it just seems right. It just seems like the right way to do things. Alright, he ran off through the wormhole. We have another civilian fleet to take care of here. They've managed to rebuild the system defenses despite having absolutely no population. But unfortunately, those two things are not linked. You would think that the vampire ships would eventually siphon off all of the system defenses, but it seems not to work that way. I think we can go on this. They don't really stand a chance. In fact, do I want to blitz here? We don't have a huge amount of extra reinforcements, but Blitz would allow us to use all of our people. And our people are a lot better than theirs are. Yeah, like a lot better. Alright, maybe we'll do one more turn because I want this to resolve. Also, I guess I should check this out. Oh, no, we're still not mining antimatter. Where is there antimatter? I don't really see a lot of it. Is Procyon the only place that I've seen it? Yeah, it does seem to be the case. The top tier strategics are much more common than antimatter is. Weird. Let's see. You are actually losing population. I'm pretty sure that if we do Holy Proliferation here right now, what'll happen is it'll completely fill the bar and then we'll immediately lose the point of population because the bar can't be more filled than exactly 5 population due to that being the cap. So I don't think it's worth doing that. Instead, let's just really dig into the science here. Now over here, on the other hand, we can definitely afford another bit of population. And on Cygnus, yeah, we're happy enough. We could put up with one more. Absolutely not. Alright, so we're going to need to bring some more bodies over here. Defenses are too strong. And once we finish off the Vaulters, we can bring the A2S ships back over, and in fact, we can now build a lot more A2S ships. I guess that's really what I ought to do. Alright, let's put this to bed.
Speak.
Is she still part of the game?
And watch carefully.
Maybe she'd be eliminated next turn, or maybe, like, if she has ships, she has until the hunting ground is destroyed, or something. I don't know. I think she should be out of the game now. I'm going to not take a truce until I know that I've actually done the thing here. And it looks like we need to come over here and deal with some pirates. We could also probably just rush a ship or two, like... Make a little bit more money. Okay. So next turn we have 4 ships ready to defend the system. We just gotta pop them out of the hangar. And with that, now that we have indeed cleared off Canis, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave the rest of this turn for the next video. So, we finally managed to deal with sort of the first medium-term goal that I set for myself when we encountered the Vaulters. Hopefully, things are going to accelerate a little bit from here. Thank you all so much for watching. That's going to be it for us for today. Come back next time. We're going to have to turn our might in its entirety to the south. You know, I mean, not because it's a galaxy, so that doesn't really... But, you know, galactic south. You know what I mean. Come back next time. See that stuff. And we'll see you then.